Hi, happy Sunday and day 7, everyone. I wanted to come and talk to you and just share a little bit about my weekend in Boston. And one of the things that I've been reflecting on the flight back, I got a little nap when we got home, hence the geeky glasses. And I was thinking on the plane about just the weekend. But if you're popping on, please put in any questions in the comments. Let me know if, say hi if you're watching. Give a little hello. And yeah, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay. Oh, hey, Laura, I see you popping on. So yeah, but I was just thinking back over the weekend, and it was an amazing weekend. It was a totally last minute trip, but really fun to make it happen because it was a super helpful for me, kind of big boost for my morale in my business and in my work, and just awesome. The biggest thing was just connecting with other entrepreneurs in the fitness business industry. And one of the things though in these weekends, this is probably the 6th or 7th, 6th or 7th retreat or conference or mastermind that I've gone to in the last couple of years. And every time I've done them, they're usually full of late nights, which still is the case, and lots of alcohol, not like excessive craziness, but more than I usually drink, and little to no exercise. I usually move a fair bit, but very little exercise. But I felt like I had some big shifts this time, and it felt really good. And so I just wanted to share how that felt, and just that it takes time, I guess, too, and that trusting the process is a huge part of this, you guys. That if you're feeling that it can be overwhelming to make big changes, that it really is important. I find one of the big missing pieces is to build in that factor of trust and sticking with itness when things just seems like they're not gonna really change. Hey Lou, nice to see you on too. So what happened over the weekend was that I was really checking in with what I needed to keep my energy up and to feel good, because I knew I have a lot on my plate right now, and that was short on sleep and feeling a little bit of stress with some things. And so I was being extra thoughtful and intentional of managing my energy and checking in. And a lot of you have seen the quiz I posted yesterday, and if you haven't, I'm going to make sure it's in the announcements if it's not already. I think it is in the announcement section. So if you haven't done the personality tendencies quiz, I encourage you to go check out that quiz by Gretchen Rubin. And I try to have all my ladies in the Magic Makers movement take it because it's like 5 minutes. It's fun if you're kind of into that thing and like those personality quizzes. And then it really can give you some useful information how to work with yourself instead of maybe getting frustrated and feel like you're hitting your head against the wall, and also just to be okay with yourself as you are, and that self-worth of accepting yourself rather than feeling like there's something wrong with you because you maybe need external accountability or you need to ask questions or whatever. So on the quiz, there's 4 personality types, and I'm not going to go too much into it for the interest of time, but I'm a questioner, so it's really important for me to know why, or to know the reasons why, and to really get clear on my reason for doing things. And so how this ties into the weekend is that I've really taken some time, again, that trust and sticking with it even when it's not like clear and you're kind of foggy on things. So I really took the time to figure out my big why. And what I've realized is that my big why is that for me to do these healthy habits like exercise or making the point to walk more, like this weekend, I really made the effort to get up and move because I know it keeps me feeling better, and to eat better, like to try and get vegetables in, or to skip the alcoholic drinks because I don't feel as good or they give me a headache and it's not great in the long run. So for me, it really helped me to learn my personality type, which is that questioner, and to work with it and really get clear on what my reason is. And my reason, this is my personal reason, of course, like everybody's got their own personality tendency and need to figure out what works for you. But for questioners, I think it's really helpful, if that's what your tendency is, your personality tendency, to figure out your big why. Like, what's your motivation? And not just like, I want to lose weight. Okay, start there and dig in. Ask yourself why. And maybe you're like, I want to get down to a certain size, or I want to wear those jeans again. Okay, why? Peel it back again, peel it back. Ask yourself a few times why. And for me, it's to really feel my best, to be able to live my best life, to have my energy feel good, to feel really good in my body and have clarity of mind so that I can really live my best life and be fully present. So what things support that? And it helps me get really clear on doing those things that support it. And like I just said, it's like getting up and moving, taking little walking breaks, choosing to walk to go get lunch instead of taking an Uber, like some of the other ladies did, with no judgment, but it's just what I needed, right? Or to do the workout last night, to skip out on going to drinks before dinner and going back to our apartment, doing the 10-minute workout, and then going and meeting them later for dinner. And other things that just felt really good for me, and feeding into my big why of really feeling great and keeping my energy up was saying no to alcoholic drinks. And I had one drink the whole weekend, and normally I was thinking through it, in a typical weekend like this, I would have had 6 easily. And that's just, would have been my default. And so by doing that personality tendency quiz and like getting clear on my big why was really helpful. So I'm just encouraging you guys to do a little bit of that digging in and to also be willing to know that it takes some time and to trust the process, because this has taken me time, years. And I'm not saying that to discourage you. I'm saying that to encourage you to stick with it, because I've enjoyed the process along the way. I've enjoyed being fit. I've enjoyed walking. I've enjoyed moving and exercising and eating well. And it's just changed maybe how it's looked and over the years. But the number one thing I think that really has helped me is, well, there's a couple of things, right? is to figure out my big why. That's for me. I think if you're an obliger, some other type of personality, then having external accountability is super important for you. And having maybe a group or some support built in, and that's key. And then the other key thing for me is to really trust the process and to not get caught up in things maybe not being perfect right away, and to know that it's just, keep working at it, keep sticking with it, keep putting a little bit of investment in every single day, keeping that awareness and the intention of, your goal in the back of your mind, and just like trusting that it's coming, you're doing the work. And that's where your power is when you take action. So if you guys have questions though, give me a thumbs up if you are feeling this, if you're feeling like you need some sort of like, okay, you're feeling really excited, you're doing well with the challenge, but you're thinking ahead and you're just kind of like, okay, I'm excited now. This is going really well. You guys are more than halfway through, and I've been super proud of you, by the way. But then maybe some of you were thinking of like, okay, this is feeling good now, but I'm kind of thinking about like the long game, like how is it going to really stick? Like what's going to happen when like something comes up, right? So just be thinking through like that. And I want you to just plan on building in some, a little bit of grit, a little bit of like digging in, doing a bit of the work, and finding those, just knowing that taking a bit of trust that there's going to be ebbs and flows. There's going to be some ups and downs. And that if you stay consistent with doing a little bit of work every day, I'm not talking like huge work, big shifts can happen in our lives by doing that consistent small work a little bit every day. So that's it from me. I wanted to also, go take that quiz if you haven't already. And then if you feel comfortable, it's fun to just like hear what people are. If you're willing to share what your personality is, there's the questioner, which is what I am. And then there's the obliger. So the questioner really needs to know why, and they meet internal expectations but not external expectations. So they have to really be clear on the reasons why and make it like a reason for them to do something. An obliger meets external obligations or like expectations and not internal ones very easily. So they need to have someone externally kind of to answer to, or to feel like they're working towards something for. And then there's the upholder, who meets external and internal obligations or like expectations. And so that one, you kind of like, it's nice to just have like, yes, this is what you need to do. And like a checklist kind of works really well for them. And then a rebel doesn't meet internal, external expectations very easily. And they kind of have to do some little like tricks to to kind of be like have someone say to them, I don't know, I don't think you can probably do that. And then they're like, I'm going to show you. And then they can figure out a way to really motivate themselves to make that happen. Nice to see you guys on here. There's lots of some new faces on here. Hey, Carolyn. So I'm going to be sending out the day 8 workout a little later. We're going to go pick up my son, Oli, from my mom's and have some dinner with her. But I'm going to be sending that out. And keep your eyes peeled for tomorrow morning. I'm going to send the day 9 workout early. Tomorrow's going to be an active recovery day. I'm pretty sure about that, unless I'm forgetting. Tomorrow's active recovery, and then 9 and 10 are 2 more intense days. So I'm going to send the 9 workout for day 9 a little early in the day tomorrow, along with some information I'm really excited to share with you guys. So keep your eyes peeled for that. It's going to be your special early and discounted access to the Magic Makers movement, which is my coaching group that you might have been hearing a little bit about. Some of the ladies are in the group, are in the Commit to Fit Challenge group that are from the Magic Makers movement. So you might have been hearing some of that, or if you see MMM, that's what it means, is Magic Makers movement. So you're going to get some information about that and access to sign up and join us if you're interested at a much lower rate. And I'm going to add a new option this time around. It's going to be a new special bonus if you're interested. So that's coming tomorrow, along with a workout a little earlier in case you're not feeling really like you need a rest day and you want to ramp it up and do a little bit more intense workout. And was there something else? I'm just checking my notes. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you guys, I'm going to post it separately, but I just really wanted to just ask you what are your questions? Like what would you be like typing into Google to know about health or fitness or nutrition? Like what would you be like what's your how-to? Like what would you put in Google? Like how to lose fat, how to I don't know, like what would you be searching in Google or Pinterest? Like what would you put in? And I would love to try and answer those questions for you. So I'm going to just pose that question to the group a little later. And if you have any thoughts now, or you want to put it in the comments below, that'd be awesome. Because I'm trying to get myself organized to do a webinar soon, and would love to really provide information that's useful for you guys and really practical. So because that was a huge takeaway from my weekend, was to focus on implementation over information, and not like just give more information, but tools, actual like really simple practical tools to implement, to do, so that you can get from knowing what to do to actually having success and reaching your goals. So that's my big focus. So I want to help you guys implement and take action and figure out the how to. Okay, enough for me. Gotta go get Oli, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna be on at 9:30. I will be back to the normal schedule tomorrow at 9:30. So I'll see you then. Have a wonderful evening or morning if you're in the western part of the world. All right, ciao guys.